Next one is Venus. And you'll see in some of the planets, like this for example, here you see this, here's the moon, here's all these squares coming to the moon, and these two green lines. So we see it in the chart looking like that, but in nature, in our bodies, there's the one square from the moon to Saturn, there's the other square, there's the other one here, the other one's going across to here, and the green ones are here. So what it looks like just linearly is a very different thing when you stretch it up on the spine and you're looking down the head, down the spinal cord, and what levels it's affecting. But Venus, the next big problem planet, Mercury is your thinking. You have to stop your mind to be able to be open to consciousness, to life, to your heart, to love, to God. Okay, but I can think there's no God, but I'm not really listening then. So Mercury's always making up things. But Venus, planet of love and beauty, of charm. Really, Venus is the planet of love and hate.
Really?
Of attraction and repulsion, of beauty and ugliness. It's never neutral. You're on one, I'm so beautiful. I'm so old now. Oh my goodness. We go through this. What, is it?
You only just begun.
Pardon?
I said you've only just begun.
Yeah, uh-oh.
That's lovely.
Projector went, okay, so we'll have to do the rest of it without the projector, I think. Oh no, it's not the projector.
The whole power, I don't know if it's a breaker or larger
Well, there's an unexpected. But it's not the whole power, because the computer's still on.
Well, because it's running on batteries.
Oh yeah. Some of the lights are on. Oh, there's a breaker. Okay, so Venus is what you want, what you like, what you want, what turns you on. What do you choose? How many choices do we make a day? How beautiful do you think you are? This is a good test. When you were born and God was giving out the looks, on a scale of 1 to 100, how much do you think you got? Don't tell me, I don't want to know. But just get the number in your own head. I got 70. If you're a Leo, it's always going to be 100, but that's just Leo. Okay. But you get this image of how beautiful the looks you got when you were born. You know, if only my nose were a little bit more this way. Oh, how much money you spent on plastic surgery? They change little things. You know, so that's the first number. The second number is right now on a scale of 1 to 100. How beautiful do you think you are? Does the number go up or down? Okay. Then even more, the brutal reality check is how beautiful do you think other people think you are? Is that upper or lower?
I don't care.
But the choices we make are hugely powerful things. Venus is always seducing our mind. I want this. Think about how you're going to get it. We can give up the pattern. We can have the 5 cups of coffee. We don't have to sleep tonight. We can still go to the party. No? Or I want this, how we comb our hair, what clothes we make thousands of choices every day. Venus is the planet of choices. Some are good and some are bad. They accumulate. Oh, I like you now, I married you now, but I don't like you anymore. I want somebody else. Whoa, there's karma involved with these things. So what we choose and what we want, what we desire, interferes with our ability to feel just grace and peace. To be content. To be happy for no reason. Wow. Sounds simple. You know, so like the choices we make, what we like, how we comb our hair, what we're doing, this is all Venus. And it's attraction and repulsion. And those are the two ends of the cycle, but it's never neutral. You know, so it's really, until you can get desireless or free of attachment, I don't have to have anything, it's okay, you can do that, I don't care. Like, you let go, you can't get to peace. So the Mercury and the Venus are your two spiritual obstacles. See, the sun's there just radiating out light unconditionally. And the planets stand in the way and they say, I'm taking this much light. And I'll reflect some of it back to you, but I'm taking this much light.
Yeah, you are.
Right. So each planet is doing that, and we just get the reflected light of the sun coming back to the planet, but it's absorbing some of the sunlight for itself. So each of these functions have their own concern. When you don't get what you want, it doesn't matter what you're thinking. It doesn't matter what your habits are. You're not going to accept it. Or you blame yourself for it, or you blame somebody else for it. How could this be? Well, that just goes, you go up, hey mom, look at me, hey mom, look at me. Then later you're older, is, hey honey, wasn't I best for you? Hey honey, wasn't I best for you? And you never get an answer for that. So our play as a kid, our attraction and repulsion as a kid, and when we get older, same thing. It just seems more dramatic because we've got so many memories associated to this, and we got all this stuff, and that's why I'm so unhappy, and that's why you did it to me, you. It's not normal stuff. But everyone has this puzzle. We make our choices. We accumulate our choices. Or we can learn to let go of them. I had to move last year, and I stole half my stuff. 14 filing cabinets, 100 photo albums, even my mother's and my grandmother's photo albums. I had to let go of them all. For a collector, this is a difficult thing. Now that they're gone, it's a lot easier. I don't have to carry, I did scan them, so I got the pictures. But I don't have the old plate, the metal plates and the old albums, that were, it just wasn't valid to hold them anymore. But what we like, what we don't like, how happy we are, how confident we are, how much we blame ourselves because we didn't get what we want. Or we choose someone we want to be with and they're not even thinking we're alive. So you got the perfect mate, you got the perfect partner, and you want them to be just that way forever, and they don't want to be that way forever. Too much of a good thing will spoil it. So this is Venus puzzles. Okay, but it's a huge thing. But if you don't get if you want to be here now in a meditation now, you got to get rid of the bad habits, or you start putting in little habits so you get used to it, and it gets to be built up more. You try to work on not thinking. Chanting is one of the ways of stopping thinking. You try and teach your mind to look inward to your heart and not be thinking outward. Not easy. You try to let go of the things you want and the superficial things you want. Take the sugar out of your coffee. I mean, the world runs. If you don't have the love you want, you gotta have a drink. If you can't have a drink, you gotta buy some chocolate. Or put in a bucket of waste cream. It just goes down the line. So this hierarchy of needs, this is like the planets. They just have different levels of 5 minutes. Okay, these are the different levels of consciousness. But these three things are important to find your sun, your heart and soul. To be able to radiate love unconditionally, rather than to your favorite person. You're so wonderful. But if I'm saying you're so wonderful, I'm insulting everybody else in the room. Where there's beauty, there's ugliness. Where you show favoritism, I like this, I do this, you're special for me. You're dissing a lot of other people. You can't be in love if you don't love everybody. It's a mystical process. So, finding your heart. Usually the sun in the chart is just your ego and your confidence. But boy, confidence, if it's detached from desires, detached from stupid thinking, and detached from the family you came out of in your past, that can be a pretty big thing. We don't usually go there until we don't get what we want, until it's not working the way we think it is, until the family is the worst it could possibly, we don't even think of that as an option. But getting the confidence, finding your confidence, by the time a kid stands up for the first time, they're there for a second, then boom, they're going to fall down, they're going to fight, but they're going to get right back up because they had one moment when they did it. When a kid starts walking, and be able to walk, wow, the confidence that comes up to that kid, just incredible. It just changes. Not a baby anymore. I'm walking. So, life presents us with these things. No one else is responsible for it. It's your choices, your thoughts. You're creating. There's not even a world out there because we're all one. And these things are the roots of our tree going into life that are anchoring us into life, into attachments, more than the oneness that we came from. So it's a yoga to work these things. Once you get past the sun, I'm almost finished. I'm just going to quickly say these. You have Mars, which is how you physical, how you put energy out. Venus is how you want to be satisfied. Mars is what you want to do for someone else. What experiences you want to have. I got to do this. I got to do that. I'm going to do that. Notice, Jupiter's understanding the results of what you're doing. There's more misunderstanding in the world than understanding. You ever said to anyone, do you realize what you're doing? Do you understand what you're doing? It's not usually something a guy would say. But that's another story. But then there's a limit of what you actually accomplish, Saturn. There's discipline. Can you impose discipline? Do you understand the need for discipline? Can you direct discipline? Jupiter is your guiding light. If your wisdom is wrong and you're not listening to authority or you don't have any self-discipline, you're going to get in trouble. You know, so like all of these are poised. The inner planets are inside, the outer are social, Mars, Jupiter are social, and the far outer are more extreme disruptions. Like Uranus is the planet that's wandering past Jupiter. Okay, Mars, Jupiter. Jupiter is your assimilation of experience. Mars is the desire for experience. Saturn is what you've actually done. Uranus, Neptune, Pluto are the disruptors. They're the disturbers. Uranus shakes up things and it makes it exciting, but to make something exciting, you have to disrupt the order. The structure of things, there's a cost. If you want to have great visions, Neptune and rapture, and have great romance and adventure, but it gets us a lot of trouble. It dissolves our disciplines. We lay down our defenses because I love you or because you're so wonderful or I've got to, and it diminishes our discipline and we lose time for what we're going to accomplish. It's a choice. Sometimes that's a valuable choice. You know, hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, you know, let's take off. But we can live in our imagination, we can play it out in the world. How much do we actually get? The big puzzle. Pluto is a reality check. It's the truth or consequences. What have you done? What haven't you done? No, that's both. You didn't do that. No. Do you like me? No. What? Like, it's reality. Harsh. So each of the planets has its level, and really we see them all. When we see someone, we're seeing someone with these all shook up. We see it like salad dressing. It's all shook up, and we're just having the salad dressing, enjoying it. But when you stop it, you see all the oil, the vinegar, you see the layers, and you begin to see the different levels of consciousness. So these are the chakras. They're just normal chakras, people meditating chakras. And you see each of the different chakras up to the heart, to the light. I would prefer to see the light more around the heart. But anyways, if you put that to the planets, that's what we did. We went through building up the light above, the firmament yielding below, and the different levels of consciousness in between. We didn't really go into the stress factors in between it, but the stress factors from aspects, they don't define who you are. They're just the energy between two functions. If you make each function work better, you're still going to have that stress there, even better. But that stress is what's normal for you, and that's your standard of what's healing. Some people can't deal with stress. Some people can't live without it. If you've ever been married, well, that's my story. But this is pretty well the idea. The planets are the functions, and they're colored by the signs they're in. They pick up an attitude by the signs they're in, and you can always evolve that attitude. And they direct their energies into the affairs of the houses they're in, and they put the energy into the world, for better or worse. And they do so easily or difficultly according to the aspects that are made to it. So then you're born, that's your chart, everything starts moving around and it gets a little more complicated. But that's it, that's my talk, and thanks for coming.
Thank you, Rob. That was very informative, as always. Amazing lecture. So we're going to take another 10-15 minute break, and we're going to come back and do the Wake ceremony.